A month and 26 days. Exactly 26 days from now, my A-levels begin. I really don't have time left. And frankly, I still have a mountain of work to conquer. So when I first found out that I had to spend my precious Saturday morning going on this experiential learning journey, I was not very excited. Because to me, every second loss felt like a step back on my journey to face this great big monster we call the A-levels. But alas, to stand before all of you today, I had to go. And so I did, with a heavy heart nonetheless. Honestly, when I arrived, I was not expecting much. Then my mind was set on finishing our task as soon as possible so I could head back home to my notes. But oddly enough, this trip, more than my notes ever will, helped me reaffirm why I'm working so hard for my A-levels in the first place. Like other award recipients, I, along with a few of my juniors, were tasked to help clean the house of one of the elderly members living in the Bukit Merah district. Armed with our brooms and mops squeezing shoulder to shoulder in a narrow corridor, we arrived at a doorstep of a small flat. We were greeted by a smiling uncle, and we began working. We cleaned the toilets, wiped the windows, scrubbed the walls, mopped the floors, the usual chores. It was a new experience for all of us, and we had a lot of fun. But there was one thing I noticed. The flat was bare. Other than the most basic furniture, all I could really see were a few shirts hanging by the window, half a cup of instant coffee sitting on top of an old plastic table, and instant noodles lying on top of a broken television. As someone who has led a life of abundance and access, that left a very strong impression. Admittedly, that sight came as a huge shock for me. I mean, we've all heard of the common trope of the lonely old man living in a one-room flat hidden from society. And it's not like I've never seen these one-room flats on my other community service trips. In fact, I've seen worse. I was once at a doorstep of an elderly couple who were hoarders, and they had boxes stacked up all the way to the ceiling, which made the apartment seem as if it was permanently trapped in the dead of night, even though that day it was bright morning. But experiences like those never left as strong of an impression as this one. Maybe because this time I was personally witnessing and experiencing just how little that old man had. Maybe because this time I was actually understanding the conditions he was living in and not just passing by. Maybe because this time I actually talked to him and I realized this isn't a trope, it's reality. This experience reaffirmed my desires to do something. If anything, it made me even more passionate to become the policymaker of my dreams. Because what I saw in that old flat, what I saw in that old man is the condition of being left behind in our society. And there's a stark contrast to the upper middle class me. But I believe that this gap shouldn't be so drastic. As a young person born into privilege, I'm empowered to help not only that old man, but every single person, every one of you met on your trips. Call me idealistic, but I want to help close that gap. And I believe that it's possible through better policies and better welfare, and I'm determined to write them. But before that, I'm going to need my education. So I will work hard for my A-levels. I will work hard through university. I will work hard to become a policymaker that looks out for the underprivileged in our society. To misquote the most overused Gandhi quote of all time, I will become the change I want to see in this world. Thank you.